Welcome to Critical Moment. We're still with Kun Harold Link, the very top person of Be Grim. Kun Harold, last part we were talking about the inspiration, the growth of Be Grim in the Kingdom of Thailand. You must have come over many hurdles, many constraints over a century and a half in the kingdom. Now, what exactly were the weaknesses and the hurdles that you had to overcome then?
Well, I think
Besides
the toughest
being
time was
confiscated, besides that.
I think that's probably was the toughest time for my grandfather. Then afterwards, my uncle, my father, they started again after World War II. Of course, the trouble is every time they had no money. So that's a big hurdle.
Because you trade machinery, you do a lot of business with no money. How did you overcome that? Did you borrow from the Thai bank?
Yes, my uncle told me he went after World War II. I think the good thing is Be Grim always had a good name. So we always delivered quality products and we always did what we said we would do. So the customers like us, the staff would like to come back. And they were very good and they have good connections. So my uncle said he went to Taitanu Bank.
Taitanu, yes.
And well, they was so-called Princess Bank. And then he said, they were very kind. So they said, we lend you money and you explain to us foreign trade.
Okay, so you had to teach them in return on foreign trade.
I don't know how I teach them, but I think that's the story he told me. So there was kind of a nice cooperation.
Yes.
And so many of the companies we used to represent before World War II, they came back to us. Many already gone because the other companies could start. They didn't have to restart, they just continued. And then, yeah, they kept on going. So the other hurdles were that nowadays we don't really quite remember how it was. Communication was all very slow, and the Thai baht was not a worldwide recognized currency. So there were currency controls, but not really convertible. So the European suppliers, they would like to be paid in Deutschmark. So we had a company in Hamburg that would pay in Deutschmark. And we had to sell here, usually in Thai baht, especially when you sell to the government.
Yes.
So you couldn't cover forward really. There was not a really good currency market.
It was not available then,
yes.
the forwarding of the money, the hedging. Right.
So that's why whenever the currency slumped, that was really had a big impact on the company, and there was very little things one could do. So once in a while we had big problems there.
And you also bring in technology. The Thai-German first telephone line was established by Be Grim.
Yes.
The country then were at the growth period. We still very naive, we still very primitive in many of the innovations. How did Be Grim brought all those to the society and had it readily accepted?
Okay, if you talk about 100 years ago, so King Rama V, he went to Europe twice. And one time he went to Berlin and saw the telegraph station. And he explained in a letter to his daughter in much detail how it was. And there he also mentioned Be Grim. He said, oh, Be Grim has a telegraph concession and developed the technology a lot in Thailand, which I didn't know. I only knew when I read this book about the letters. So I think King Rama V, he really wanted to promote it a lot. He had a lot of foreign advisors here from many different nations. And Be Grim had very good connections to foreign companies, had many engineers, so we contributed or participated there. And then after World War II, of course, everybody wanted to progress on the technical side. So I think that was quite easy, especially since we always wanted to bring the latest technologies and still do.
Besides the up and down of the currency, Be Grim have been it through. Now currently, Be Grim also extended to what your ancestor has established. Engineering, healthcare, pharmaceuticals still in, and many more. What do you see and why is it that you feel the urge to extend the family business?
I think we got a really great heritage. So when you inherit something, I think it's normally you just want to make it better and more. And we like to see opportunities and like to be at the forefront of some developments. So when the energy sector, the electricity generation and distribution opened up for private investment, so we joined with the industrial park of Amata and built a power company, Amata Bikram Power.
And it's green as well. Green power company is diesel power generation.
No. Well, it is powered by natural gas.
Yes.
So natural gas, of course, if you talk about fossil fuels, that is the least damaging to the environment. I think what we have to accept is that even you have a solar panel, producing a solar panel is, you can't say it's environmentally friendly. So everything we do, even breathing out, may not be environmentally friendly. But I think the way we run our lives, we can see how we can have as little impact as possible, which is damaging, and at the same time see what can we do about it and how can we help.
So, and that is compassion, isn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah. Yes. You were managing business with compassion even before you realized that you were compassionate.
Yes, that's true. Actually, somebody else came up and said that when we did a branding exercise, they say that how the outside look at us. And the way people think that it's impossible to do business with compassion because they think they don't know how that works. But if you look at, especially if you look at it from like the seminar yesterday about the White Ocean Strategy, if you look at the way we do a business in a holistic way, so we think about everybody who comes in contact with a company, whether it's the society outside, whether suppliers, whether it's customers, very important, the people who work in the company. You want everybody to have a good experience. So the way we look at doing business with compassion is that for those who are in contact with us, we like to use the Thai concept or Buddhist concept of metta. So loving kindness, be kind, be friendly. So have everybody have a good time when they are with us. So,
and you're not just concerned with your staff, with your employees, but also the society and your suppliers and everybody who are your stakeholders.
Yes. So I think it's really important that I think every businessman, he would like their customers to be happy.
Right.
Now, I think if you look a little bit further, then it would be great if everybody who has contact with you happy. So what does it mean? How do you do it? So one thing is that we like to have people work according to their strength.
Yes.
And like to have people work with us whose values are the same as our values. So that they feel really motivated to do something. Then we would like them to work in a sense of dynamic harmony.
Yes, but classically, Kun Harold, we all work for money.
Yes.
Whether it's with harmonies or not, the end of the day, we want to be able to live happily with the materials thing that we have.
Yes, only if you have a choice whether you can work under great bad stress and get your money, or you can work with joy and look forward to going to the company and have the same or more, and at least not less, then I think you choose that way. And I think there are many proofs that companies which have a good atmosphere, and I think one of the examples I don't know much about, but I hear about is Google. Yeah, they're kind of famous for trying to create a good atmosphere among their staff. They're doing really well. So if you then look further at the concept of compassion, the other part is, of course, to have kindness to those who are less fortunate. So my ancestors, they do a lot of that part. My aunt was a nurse and she set up a lot of foundations. My uncle worked with her on that. My grandfather, my father were Consul General for Thailand, and they dedicate a lot of time to promote Thai-German friendship. And then nowadays what we like to do is we continue whatever our ancestors have done, and we like to do something which has a national impact, which can really help the nation progress. So there's a project of Her Royal Highness Princess Sirinthorn. It's called the Little Scientist's House, which teaches,
I've heard about that.
Yeah, teaches the kindergarten children to have fun with science.
Yes.
Now there are about 4,000 schools already joining, so my daughter Caroline, she's very much involved in that. Then the reason why German industry is so strong is the dual vocational training. So people, students can work in the company and then also learn in the school. And after that, when they finish, they are really accomplished professionals. So we try to promote that a lot. Then we think holistically, classical music is really important for people to relax, get alpha waves.
I see that a lot with Big Grim.
So we try to do there a lot to promote classical music in Thailand. Or equestrianism, of course, this is one of our hobbies.
Polo.
Yeah, polo.
Pig polo.
Pig
Love
polo.
that event. Yes, yes. So what's going on with all that? Every year you promote that, and you began all this.
So yeah, we promote that, so we have a lot of charity events there. But at the same time, also in the Equestrian Federation of Thailand, make it more accessible, lots of fun, and international competitive. So now we have the buy-in of all the clubs, and we really see that based on the good foundation our predecessors set up in the federation, we really go places. Now I think we are number 1 or number 2 in Southeast Asia, and we had a person go to the Olympics, we got medals at the Asian Games, and you have more and more people enjoy riding. So this is kind of, it's nice that a country, Thailand is a country where you can do something as a firm which has a national impact.
Yes, how inspirational, but we're running out of time at this moment. Stay tuned for the next part.